Today in the video, we are going to look at a $1.1 million high yield NEOS portfolio. It is a strong yield. It is a phenomenal income volume. And without further ado, let's just jump right into it. All right, people, we are here in the Track Your Dividends portfolio, and we've built a $1.1 million portfolio with the tried and true two ETFs that I'm going with and that are very attractive to me. Um, these two are BTCI and QQQI, which are both covered call ETFs from NEOS. BTCI is tracking Bitcoin's movement and doing a volatility covered call against that, and QQQI is tracking the NASDAQ 100. Both phenomenal, no NAV erosion, covered call ETFs that I've been loving. Okay. And so with $1.1 million invested and about 60% allocation to QQQI and 40% allocation to BTCI, which we'll look at a little bit further, this is going to generate you almost a 20% annual yield. Okay. What does that yield generate? That's 217K. 217K a year annual income. That's livable. That's phenomenal. That's unbreakable. Today, if you were living on 75K, you could remove 75K, withdraw 75K of dividends, and then leave the rest to drip, to dividend reinvest. You don't have to take out the full 217K. If you want to live on, phenomenal. I'd suggest a split approach where, you take a bit of the 217K, you take a bit off the top, maybe 65K, 75K to live on, and the rest you let it ride, you drip it. Okay. So in these positions, depending on where you got them, you're probably going to be in a profit, even with these covered calls. Okay. Um, in this case, the average cost was around $60 a share. The average price today is $63 for the BTCI. BTCI has been on a tear, been on a bit of a tear as of late with BTC crushing it. It's come down a bit, but overall BTC has been doing really, really well. And we'll look at the annual appreciation of BTCI in just a moment. Similarly with QQQI, depending on where you bought that, you're likely going to be in a gain because it has gained about 2 to 3% in appreciation this year. Can I add in? Can I add in? I don't think I can add an appreciation gain here, but I can pull that for you. This is the day's gain, but the profit 22K on BTCI, 25K on QQQI from a price appreciation standpoint. This is not including the total return. Including the total return, you add both these up for the year, right? And you get your total return. The expected annual return from a dividend yield perspective for QQQI, 14%, for BTCI, 27, 28%, giving us a total annual income of 217K. With this, we're looking at monthly income of almost 20K a month. This is 18K, 18K, 18K. Okay, phenomenal. If you look at diversification, these are high yielding products, and it's not uberly diversified. Ultimately, again, as I said before, we're going to do 60% allocated to QQQI and 40% to BTCI. And you can adjust as you see fit. If you feel more comfortable being in the NASDAQ 100, then feel free to go 70-30. If you're more of a Bitcoin bull, then you can allocate and go 50-50 or go 60-40 BTCI. You can adjust as you see fit. For me, QQQ and the underlying assets, they produce a cash flow, their businesses, and as a result, I'm a little more comfortable with still investing in stocks and companies as opposed to allocating like 100% net worth over to Bitcoin. But I'm continuing to add more and more and more to Bitcoin over time and continue to be more impressed with its strength, impressed with its stability, And I'm able to stomach those volatile moments, and we're even having one right now to a degree. Although it's been really strong, we're still having a volatile moment. So in this portfolio, again, like we only have two ETFs, only two, and I like to keep it simple in this case. For this, I like to keep it simple. They are high risk. They are, allocated to just specific sectors. But these are the two areas of really high opportunity for appreciation and high opportunity for great yield. So I like it. And if we look at BTCI, annually for the year, BTCI has appreciated 7% while also projecting to give us a 27% annual yield. So really, really strong there. Now, if we compare that to our good friends over at Yield Max. Let's look at Misty, man. Let's look at what's happening with our friends at Yield Max. I don't know if they're much of a friend to me, but I don't want to be holding on to Misty when it's down 32% year to date. I'd much rather stabilize my NAV with the BTCI. Look what it's done. Look what it's done. 7% appreciation, better, much better tracking Bitcoin. And yes, Misty's going to track MSTR, which isn't doing amazing. But I'd rather be tracking Bitcoin. I'd rather have a portion of Bitcoin within this ETF. I believe they have 25% allocated to just purely holding Bitcoin through the HODL ETF. I don't know if it's in the call format or just purely just holding the ETF. And then they ride the 75% into the covered calls. Nevertheless, I don't this yield max will continue to erode. Whereas, the way Neos is structured, it's showing that it will continue to appreciate. I want appreciation, and that's going to help grow my dividends year over year over year. So I'm looking at BTCI and QQQI as a long-term strategy. Okay, guys, are you invested in QQQI or BTCI? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you want financial coaching, I do have a Patreon. I will leave the link in the description below. Outside of that, all the best and cheers.